Welcome everybody to the Literary Gamers. My name is Matt, also known as the Dice Chucker if you follow me on Instagram. Today we're going to be looking at Hero Realms, and this is the adventure storage box, but if you find Hero Realms in the store, you might be more inclined to see it in a smaller box, shaped something more like this. This is for the campaign. So we're going to be heading down to the table to do a learn to play, a very brief learn to play, along with some of the other stuff that you can get with Hero Realms, and we'll see you soon for my thoughts. All right, everybody, so we're going to be taking a look at Hero Realms, the base game first. Thanks to Wise Wizard for sending us the Hero Realms products. We're going to be going over each and every individual thing. So it's kind of like a mega review. There's going to be a few things missing, but I'll get to that when we get to the summary of everything. So we're looking at the Hero Realms box, the base box. Jen and I had already owned Hero Realms. So, of course, and ours are sleeved because I'm a really rough shuffler. So the basic idea is everyone's going to start with 50 life, and the game comes with these life counters here. And, you know, so if you get hit for 5 points, you're at 45 after 50. And this flips for the 30, 20, 10, and 0. And you have a starting deck here, 10 cards. And I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gold, a ruby, a short sword, and a dagger. And you're going to be playing these cards to get cards from the market. So if you played Star Realms or Shards of Infinity, you have the basic idea of what's happening here. So, for example, this Elven Gift here, it costs 2 gold in the corner. And when I play it, it gives me 2 gold, and it says you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. We'll talk about these little symbols in a second. So I would discard 2 cards. Sorry, not discard 2 cards. Play 2 gold to buy this Elven Gift. And sorry for the glare because they are sleeved. And then this would fill in. And then I keep going until I've played my whole hand. If I have any cards in my hand that have attack, you attack your opponent. And I'm kind of just giving you the basic idea for a 2-player game here. And then they lose 2 life, or if they have the dagger. And of course, if you get much further in the game, you'll see here this bounty hunt, 3 gold and 4 hits, draw a card, you know. So they get you know, rough as the game goes on. So what do these symbols mean down here? At the beginning of the game, it would be a good idea to dedicate to yourself what kind of deck you want to build. There are 4 colors in the deck. Blue, green, yellow, and red is in there as well, the great 4 illustrious Euro colors. And so if I play Elven Gift, and then I also play Elven Curse, you get the bonuses at the bottom because you've played another card with that symbol on it. And that's basically how you can combo this stuff out. Now, the other thing I want to talk about are champions. There are 2 types of champions. What I like to call regular champions, which this is the exhaust symbol. So you would actually, when it gets into your hand, you'll play it in front of you in part of your play area. Then you'd exhaust it, and you'd get 2 gold. If you have used another green card this turn, it's target opponent discards a card. And this one, you need 6 combat to get rid of this card. Okay, and this stays in front of you. But there's also guard champions. So same thing, exhaust this card, you'll get 4 combat. But when it says guard here at the bottom, it means that this card must be defeated before you can get any hits in to your opponent. So if you're like, hey, I have 14 damage coming your way, but this guy is on the board, then what you got to do is subtract 6 from that, so only 8 damage is going to get through. Now, if you have a number of these in front of you, it's going to be harder to get it, so you can send damage to your opponent. And of course, at the same time, there are a number of these fire gems that are out on the board. They only cost 2, so if you're ever in dire straits and there's all these 6s and 7s out here, you can buy one. That's a 2. Gives you 2 gold. This little symbol means trash out of the game, or sacrifice, and the sacrifice pile is over there. And you'll get 3 combat for doing that. And that's basically the base game. You are trying to create combos of different colors and creating a deck based on the colors that you want to create and just eliminate your opponent. That is pretty much the base game. And like I said, I'm only going to go over 2-player rules at this point. So just give me one moment and we will get to the next part of the video, which are some of the packs. Alright, so also some stuff that comes with Hero Realms, sorry, it doesn't come with it, you gotta get it on the side, are these character packs that you can get. And there are 5 classes right now, which is a wizard, the fighter, the thief, the cleric, and the ranger. So what's in these? So let's take a look here. First you have the wizard, we're going to look at, and there's a number of cards in here, and you get to choose. For example, here the wizard starts at 50 health. At the top, as you see there, you can choose either artwork there as you'd like. And then you have the specialty health counters here with the artwork on them. So you have that. Then you have these 2 specialty cards that give you setup instructions on the back. So for example, it says Fireball, which is a one-time thing, because it's trashed. Deal 4 damage to target player and to each of their champions. And they also have Channel, which is exhaust and pay 2 coins to minus the health on yourself and draw a card. Some of the other stuff in the Wizard's deck are your basic gold, as we had before. Ignite, which gives 2 damage. Fire Staff 1. If you have 2 or more actions in play, draw a card, which should be, it says right there, action. And the other nice thing you have is spell components. Well, next action you acquire this turn costs 1 less. And then you have a cat familiar. Exhaust for 1 of those. Lots of fun. So that's the wizard. Next, we're going to be taking a look at the thief. The thief here starts with a little more health. She's got 52, and it's either or. As you can see, you choose the artwork. And then the health counters there. These are the 2 specialties. Oop, yes, I got the right ones. And gives you setup instructions and all that, and explains stuff. So this is the big one here. This turn you may acquire a card from an opponent's discard pile by paying its cost. You may not use this ability on cards without a printed cost or during your first or second turn. And then the other one is exhaust and get 2 gold. Exhaust and pay 2 gold, sorry. Gain 3 health, target opponent discards a card. Then you have your standard, gold, rubies. Throwing knife, it's 1, plus 2 for each knife you've already played this turn. And then there's a few more throwing knives. Same thing. So that's the thief. And then, I'm going to try to do this quickly. Then we have, next is the cleric. So the cleric here, okay, this is the side I got it on. Health counters, where's the character card? There it is, sorry. So 55 health, and either artwork. And then it has the resurrect ability. Put a champion from your discard pile into play. Use this ability only on a champion that was stunned since your last turn. And then exhaust and 2 gold. Target player gains 3 health. That player's champion gains +1 until the end of the turn. And then we have 2 gold or 5 health. If you have 2 or more champions in play, gain both. That's a nice powerful one. 2 combat, 1 combat, and this is a unit guard, and then another unit guard, and the rest you have are your gold pieces there. So that's the cleric. Then we have, I'm trying to put it back in the box nicely while I'm doing this. Then we have the fighter, which has 60 health, either artwork, and then your health counters like I have here. Let's take a look at this. Your gold, 2 attack. If playing this card would give you 7 or more combat this turn, draw a card. Shoulder bash, which is one of the fighter abilities. Exhaust, pay 2 gold, and pay 2 gold. Gives you 2 combat, and then this is trash for 8 combat. Then the 3 for the longsword. A unit guard doesn't have an ability, but it's good to have right at the beginning of the game. That's the fighter. Then I think the last one I got here is the ranger. So the ranger, right here, it's 58 health, and then either artwork. And then this is the exhaust and pay 2 gold. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put up to 2 of them into your discard pile, then the rest back on the top of your deck in any order. And then this is the trash card. Draw a card, you may stun target champion. Then you have your 2 combat, a gold, but the next champion you require this turn costs 1 less. Another 1 combat. If you have a bow in play, draw a card. So you got a few of that going on. And yeah, that's the Ranger. So give me just one moment, and we'll be back with some of the other fancy packs. So the first pack we have here is Conquest. Ooh, upside down. Conquest. And we're going to talk about 2 different deck piles that are created. First, this is not part of the main deck. This is the artifact deck. These are going to be shuffled at the beginning of the game and going to be put in a face-down artifact pile. And I'll explain why that's important. Each of them gives you a special ability, draw a card, prepare a champion or draw a card, 3 money, and then some of them have the trash ability, 5 combat, 2 gold, 4 heal, 4 combat. Why are these important? Because at the beginning of the game, you're going to be dealt 3 quests. And you're going to shuffle these, and you'll have them face down. And when you complete the quest, for example, have 2 or more guards in play at the same time, you'll take a card out of the artifact deck. Trigger a red ability, trigger a ally yellow ability, play 3 or more actions in a single turn, acquire 4 or more cards in a single turn, sacrifice 3 or more cards in a single turn. So not only do you get artifacts by completing these quests, but if you complete 3 of them, you win the game. And that's pretty much the Conquest pack. So the next pack we have here are Travelers. These are mainly a pack of champions. And these ones I do believe go into the main deck. You have the Veteran Squire. Exhaust, gain 2 combat for each yellow champion you control. Gain 3 combat or put an action from your discard pile on top of your deck. Gain 2 money or deal 2 damage to each opposing champion. Gain 2 combat or gain 1 for each champion you stunned this turn. Same thing, sorry. And then you have some actions here. 3 gold. Champions you require this turn cost 1 less with a trash ability of gain control of target champion until the end of the turn. Fearless Charge. Boom. Draw 2 cards. Prepare all your champions. Daring Escape. Target opponent discards a card. You may put a card from your discard pile on top of your deck. Trash to draw a card. And then Bounty Collection is 3. You may put the next card you acquire this turn into your hand. And we're back to the Veteran Squire. So that is the Travelers deck from the Journeys set. These packs are part of a little set that they've named that. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Then we have the Hunters pack from the Journeys series here. We have some new champions. This guy just gives you 2 combat, and if you can pair it with green, gives you 2 gold. 4 combat, stun target champion. Sacrifice a card in your hand or discard pile. The 2 combat and draw a card. If you got a yellow, you can prepare another champion. This one are standard actions, which is stun target champion or 4 combat. And then 7 combat for wolves. You may discard any number of cards, draw a card for each card discarded this way. You may acquire a card with cost 4 or less for free, and if you pair it with another gold, you get 6 health. And then the Demon Cloud. 7 damage, deal 4 damage to each opposing champion, draw a card, and if you pair it with a red, sacrifice a card in your hand or discard pile. So that's Hunters in that pack there. Let's take a look at the next one. So bringing it full circle with our Journeys, we have Discovery. This is also another pack that adds quests. Quests are always going to have yellow backings on them, and then more artifacts. Let's take a look at the quests first. Have 3 or more champions in play at the same time. Sacrifice one of your cards from play and a card from your hand or discard pile in a single turn. Trigger a blue ability. Acquire an item, champion, and an action in a single turn. Trigger a green ability. And then you have more artifacts here. So this one gives you 3 combat, 3 healing. Stun target champion or draw a card. 3 combat, draw a card. 2 gold, draw a card, discard a card, trash it to target opponent, discards a card. 6 healing, that's nice. 2 gold, and then trash it to gain 4. Alright, so that is the Discovery pack for Journeys. And those are the 4 packs for Journeys at this time. I don't think they're going to add any more. But that is the main additions besides the characters that I would get. Now, the last pack I want to talk about with Hero Realms is this Ancestry pack. We talked about the classes that you can play as in Hero Realms. With Ancestry, they've given you some races to play. For example, you have the Small Folk, the Orc, the Ogre, the Elf, and the Dwarf. And these, of course, have the other artworks that you can play as. So what does this do? Well, you get more cards to help you out in the game. So for Small Folk, you get a gold, pick a faction. Friendly Banter has that faction this turn, so any of the 4 colors, it's added on. Burgle, the next card you acquire this turn costs 1 less. If there's a higher cost card in the market, draw a card. And then Hide, if your health would drop to 0 or less, instead sacrifice this card, set your health to 5, and your health can't be lowered this turn. And those are the extra cards for the Small Folk. Then we get to the Orcs, which are, and it tells you what it replaces in your deck. 3 combat damage, and then you may acquire 1 card with a cost 3 or less for free, and I believe one of these, or 2 of them are out. You may spend gold as combat this turn. Yep, so, yeah, a few of those are out. I'm sorry about that. Then we have the War Club for the Ogres. It's just 5 combat. This replaces gold for 2 gold, Shiny Rock. And then we have Crush You, Trash for 4 gold. For the Elves, we have replaces gold, 1 gold or 2 health. Then Elven Grace, use your skill cards, cost 1 less, and then draw a card. Then Elven Wisdom, you may exhaust it to draw a card. Discard a card to draw a card. And for the Dwarves, you have 2 combat or acquire a gem with a cost of 2 or less for free. And these do count, so you can get fire gems for free. The Hammer, which is 3 combat, or you can trash this to stun a guard champion. And that's the Ancestry pack. Now, there's 3 more things I want to talk about, and that is, you keep hearing me use this term stun. I should mention that's when you send a champion to its owner's discard pile. The second thing I want to mention is that one of the other things that was sent to us by Wise Wizard Games was they sent us the campaign boxes. We have not yet gotten a chance to play the campaigns. Once we do, we'll give you a good review on them. And last they sent us was the, well, first off, here's the base box. And with all those packs and classes and the Ancestry pack, that's a lot of stuff. So they also sent us this, the Adventure Storage box, which also comes with, come here, plastic dividers. And it also comes with stuff for the campaign, including the challenge cards. And then we also get a promo, which is another copy of Bounty Hunt. Or no, not another copy, so this is just a promo. I'm thinking of the other bounty card that was there. Hey, it's right there. So if you really enjoy Hero Realms, I would highly suggest getting this box, especially if you're going to be looking to get these 10 packs of cards that they've sent out. And then on top of that, they also have bosses. We did not get sent the bosses, but there are 2 bosses. There's the Leech, which is right here. It's a 1 versus all type of thing. And then, give me a second. I'm sorry about that. I believe there's even solo modes for this, but I'm probably wrong on that. And then there's the Dragon. So, if you are looking to get into Hero Realms, I would really suggest that you'd pick up the Adventure Storage box as well, because it just organizes everything so wonderfully. Jen and I just had a nice fun game of the base game the other day. And also the bosses can be 2 to 6 players. So you can have up to 5 people against the boss, but the more people you have, the more hit points it has. Jen and I played the boss one time. We played the dragon, and the dragon was only at 50 health. It didn't take her long. So I'd like to try that with more people before I give you my thoughts on it. Definitely, like I said, if you like Hero Realms, get the storage box. And that's pretty much everything you need to know about what you're going to get with the game. If anyone's like, I still don't know if I like the idea of how it plays, this is going to sound really weird. Go ahead and play the Star Realms app for free. It's the same system. It's just sci-fi. And if you like kind of what you're doing in that app, go ahead and pick up Hero Realms as well. I know that there was a Cthulhu Realms at one point from Tasty Mitchell Games, but I don't know if you can find that easily anymore, and the symbology on that game was pretty tough. Shards of Infinity is the other one like this. That's from Upper Deck, I want to say. It's either Upper Deck or... Oh, I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry, everybody. Ultra Pro. It could be Ultra Pro. So, anyway, that's pretty much Hero Realms in a nutshell. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in to this, well, I want to call it a mega overview because we looked at everything. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. See you at the table. Alright, so that is Hero Realms and how to play the game for the most part. I'm going to kind of break down some of this stuff as we move along, just to kind of give you just a brief overview of my thoughts. Once again, this is the Adventure Storage box. I highly recommend that if you want to get into Hero Realms, that you get this box. This is perfect for storing everything. Because you're going to find as soon as you get either one or two of those character packs, nothing's going to fit in the box anymore. What do I think about the base game of Hero Realms? This is a game that kind of, I think it's got 4 iterations. It's got Star Realms was the first. Then you have Cthulhu Realms, which I don't think you can even find in print anymore. Well, that's Tasty Minstrel, so that doesn't exist. Then there is Hero Realms, and then there's Shards of Infinity. And Shards of Infinity is done by Ultra Pro, I believe. But Wise Wizard is Hero Realms and Star Realms. To be honest, it all depends what you're looking for in a theme. So if you're looking for fantasy, this is the game you want to play. If you're looking for sci-fi, Star Realms is what you want to play. Somebody did ask me what's the easiest way to learn how to play Hero Realms, and my response was download Star Realms on your phone or your tablet. Learn how to play. It's the same game for the most part. And then you can play at least the base game of Hero Realms. That being said, I think that if you're going to get into Hero Realms, let's back this up a bit more. Oh, that's so much shaking. That's so much shaking. If you're going to get into Hero Realms, definitely pick up the 5 character packs. I believe those are essential. That's actually, for me, what makes this game stand out. When I played Star Realms for the first time, and for the first few times on my phone and got used to it, I felt like I wasn't moving fast enough. I felt like it was kind of, it was going to take forever to knock down 50 points, but it doesn't take that long to deplete your opponent's health. With Hero Realms, I think you can hit harder. That the system here hits a lot harder. Now, I'm going to be saying a lot of thoughts here only playing the base Star Realms. I never bought any expansions for it. But here we've got everything. The Journeys packs, are they all called Journeys? Yeah, the Journeys packs were fine. They added more. And then I liked the Ancestry pack because you had more options there. One thing that I'm not sure if I mentioned are the bosses. This is the 1v all. I only recommend buying the bosses if you're going to play more than 2 players. Other than that, this game is solid. I think when we first got it, we played it a ton. And I think that it just is a neat system that they've got here. And like I said, it's just, do you want fantasy or do you want sci-fi? Some of the Journeys packs also have special things that can happen. I think, is it Conquest? I'm looking at it right here. Conquest has treasures. Something's got treasure. Questing. There's quests here that you can do, artifact items and all that. So all sorts of neat things that get introduced in each of the new packs. I can only see this game growing. I do understand that the digital edition is coming soon. But what I can definitely say is Wise Wizard Games is hitting this style of gameplay out of the park. You had Star Realms, you had Hero Realms now. Sorcerer, which if you follow me, you know I love Sorcerer, and I cannot wait for the content of the next system for Sorcerer coming out. I just mean like more stuff. I know that they had a Kickstarter for it. It hasn't fulfilled quite yet. I haven't checked on it in a while to see what's happening, but that, you know, 2-player head-to-head, I mean, it has the option for 3 to 4, but really the game shines at 2. They've got Kapow coming out, which is a great superhero dice building game. If you haven't played it yet, just wait. It's a fantastic game. But yeah, the idea of this deck builder combat style, I love it. I think it's great, and I think all the stuff they've added is even better. So that is my thoughts on Hero Realms. If you'd like to see Jen and I do the campaign together, let me know in the comments below, because that's the one thing we actually haven't explored yet in Hero Realms. We have the second campaign, but we haven't even started the first campaign yet. So if that's something you'd like to see us do, let me know in the comments below. But as of right now, I think I give this 8.759, around there. So highly recommend for me. This is, I think, one of my favorite combat deck builders. That's quick, and I can usually, well, I used to say you could bring it anywhere back when it was in a box this size. Now I'm not so keen to carry this around, because if it's a deck builder, I sleeve it, and this thing is heavy with all its decks in there and all its cards. So yeah, thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time, and that's my thoughts on Hero Realms.